must build your environment in the purpose that you can see yourself. So say you want to stop spending money. You're like, I spend too much money, I drink too much Dr. Pepper, I want to stop drinking Dr. Pepper. Well, you set the parameters. You tell your friend, punch me in the stomach as hard as you can. And you know he will do it. You know he will do it because he's got the strength and he cares for you to do it like that. He will not hold back because he knows if he holds back, you can resist, and it is not an effective way to safeguard your bet and to say, he's holding back, he will not do it. And if he holds back, then he doesn't truly care for you, so he knows that he will completely do it. And so that is creating an environment in which, that is creating one aspect. You need to have a discipline. You need to have something that will hurt in order to motivate yourself not to get hurt, because that's a big way. And then the other way is you have to have love. So the two factors to make yourself motivated is to one, have overwhelming love, and two, have overwhelming hate, where it doesn't hate you, but it is very painful. And so the other way is you build the environment in which you do not fall into temptation. If you struggle with eating out, and you say, well, how can I not eat out anymore? How can I will not carry my card. Well, that is preposterous. Well, how can you know in the times in which, in the danger zones, danger zone, you stop and you say, how do I stop? How do I, wow, that was just a brain hemorrhage thing. But basically you stop and stare and you say, I can do it. Can I do it? I'm not on Prince. Am I? No, I'm on Huffy. No, I'm on Telg. Anyways, brain. Where was that? Catch the stream, watch this, it's pretty cool. 3, 2. You build the environment and you say, hey, you must create the environment so you do not want to go into the highway to the danger zone. And so then you're like, hey, look, in this time frame, because I've failed in this time frame before, I will not carry my card if I take a trip, and I will not buy Whataburger, because I know that the sole root of me buying Whataburger is to get Dr. Pepper, because I want to stop drinking it, but I really want it. I really do want it. I long for it, which is sin, because it's bad, because it's something I don't have and I really want. And if I divulge in it, if I consume, bad. I don't have it, but I don't, and so I overconsume. I know that that's the problem, right? And so you must build your environment with a purpose. You have to be purpose-driven. You have to think about it. And the same thing happens for if you want to do something, but if you wanted to not do something. So, I mean, a lot of people say junk food and hey, just put things out. Well, you have to make sure that you have an efficient system to have those fresh environments that you can handle the time that you're going to eat them. Because if you know that, and then maybe that's a pain point, is you spend too much on it, and you need to, you spend too much on the fresh dailies because they have to be eaten with a certain time frame or else they'll go bad, and then you'll lose money. And that's a pain point that you can build for yourself. But the whole point of it is to build the system that can build the environment, create the environment with the purpose-driven environment, so that you can have success in the purpose that you want to obtain. And that is how you do it, is you can find a way not to do something, you can find a way to do something, and most of the times it's going to be both. Because reality is, when you say yes to something, you're saying no to a million things. When you say no to something, that means it's a yes down the road, right? And so it is just a cost-benefit analysis, because that is the kind of a good way to approach it, is that you're always going to stop doing something. You know that you're always not going to do something. So put it in perspective. Man wants to stop drinking Dr. Pepper, so he calls his friend and he says, punch me in the gut the next time you see me drinking Dr. Pepper, if I'm drinking Dr. Pepper in a week's time frame. And then you say, okay, I will not buy Dr. Pepper. Okay, I have not bought Dr. Pepper. I have 0 Dr. Pepper at the house. I know that the punishment is there and it's ready to pounce. And then if you do fall into temptation, you have to accept your punishment, because if you can't accept your punishment, you will never get out of that rut. And that is why you set a high punishment enough to say, am I crazy enough to go through it? And that's why you have to have that accountability aspect. And then So he has set his plan in place. He has come up with his plan. He has spent time thinking about it. And then what he does is he doesn't bring a card. He's noticed, I'm in a danger zone. It's a hunger zone. I'm intermittent fasting, and I know if I fast, then I'm going to eat at a certain time. If I'm at that last peak, it's going to be very temptation, because I'm getting down to that carnal brain. That carnal thing is eat, survive, want. When that's the time to sit back, take some breaths, and understand water. Just drink water. Like, replace it with water, and that's the clearest. That's the thing. Replace it, and the replacement value, right? And so, I mean, that's the whole goal, right? To be healthy so that I can live longer or whatever, and function better, be more productive, so I can bring more value. If you climb up the ladder, you'll find that it's just going to be serving God or serving yourself. And the best way to do longevity is serve God. So, because if you serve yourself, you'll fail yourself multiple times. And so you have to do it outside your purpose, outside yourself. So it all starts with the environment, because that's one way how you can beat addiction, beat anything, beat a bad habit, and set up a good purpose and establish a habit, because you set in place the purpose before. You know, before time there was nothing, it was void, and he said, let there be light. Let it sink in, brothers. Create the environment, make it happen, Cap'n. 2 ways, the do's and the don'ts. Make a do's list and don'ts list. You will find the way. And then have someone to keep you accountable, because you cannot keep yourself accountable. It's just not going to happen. So have a buddy to keep you accountable, and you will find the way to succeed, to do what you say. And that is one way to tell yourself, I'm doing good. But we all fall short of the glory of God, and we are aiming to be the closest from falling short. That is what we are doing. We are doing that. We are doing that. Feel the enthusiasm in my voice, in my actions, and understand that this is what we are doing. But to understand, we have already fallen short, but we are trying to aim the closest to falling the most shortest. Because there's nothing we can do. It has already been done for us. It is in the life of Christ. And he did not fall short. He hit the mark. He did not sin. Boom. That is the key to doing what you say and saying what you do, and building the environment to allow yourself to do what you say, because that is an important factor into the way you live your life. And if you want to have fun, you must have a sense of humor. Alright, Homer? Homer! That's a Homer sentence right there. I hate a Homer with that one. That one would go away. You think I might be Hispanic? No, I am. Now I am a little. But guess what? But if you put in a little air bubble up there, you're actually from Ireland, and actually my inheritance is from a little part of the town that is Irish, and also Scottish, and then also a little bit of Conor McGregor, and I think he's Scottish. No, he could be Irish. I don't know. They're all the islands, and I haven't kept up with it, and sometimes it mixes in my brains when it's simple like this. But my mom and dad, my mom's, she's a Wallace, and it's definitely Scottish. I know that one by heart. And anyways, yeah, I think Conor he's definitely Irish with the green and gold and green and orange. And so at the end of the day, it's this is going to cut, but it's whatever. And I'm from the land where they meet, the Irish meet the Spaniards, and that is where my mom is from. So now I'm in Spaniard, and it's the same way. If you go to Europe, it's the same way. All right, have a blessed day, my brothers, and do what you say, and have the environment to do what you say.